Hey, assalamu alaikum everyone, and welcome to Cardano video update for Wednesday, 8th of December. Now, it has been a very crazy ride out there. I do know and I understand. So a long time ago, I used to say that some technical analysts, they used to say that, we are in this, symmetrical triangle right there. And if you break out of this symmetrical triangle, then you take the height here to the bottom right there. And wherever you break out, it's going to take you all the way down there. And basically, that's what really happened. And now my take back in the days was that you're going to go down to where you actually form that triangle right here. So I did used to make updates on Cardano before. I didn't expect, even though this actually turned to be true. Okay, that's how technical analysis is really good. Okay, it's like I remember Cake as well. I'm gonna show you Cake. I made a video update about Cake a very long time ago, and it seems like they have some very similar patterns right there. I don't know about the internet here. I'm just gonna connect something else. Yeah, I'm just gonna reload this one really quickly. Yeah, so let's talk about Cake, and I want to show you a pattern of Cake right there. Now you do see Cake. People are telling me to do a technical analysis on Cake as well. So I told them don't buy Cake right now because it was out of this descending triangle, and then it broke down and kept going to the downside until eventually this price level. And I used to tell them when we were up here, up there, do you understand that? And it seems like Cake had a nice good buying opportunity down there. And now switching back to Cardano as well, it seems like Cardano has now bottomed out. Previously, I did think that this was going to be a bottom, but it was pretty simple. I did give a support level, and I marked this blue line right there that if you start losing the 1.8, you are gonna go down maybe to the 1.4. If you lose the 1.4, you're gonna go down. But now there is something known as a market psychology or market movement, not the psychology. The market moves in an uptrend or they move in a downtrend. It's pretty simple. Now at the moment, what we are looking for, technically we are still in a downtrend because it went down, came up, down, came up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. So it's actually a downtrend. Until now, we're still in a downtrend. But on a higher time frame, if you go to the weekly, the story is still different. Do you understand that? We are still technically, we are still in an uptrend on a higher time frame. Do you understand that? Because ever since 2020 it's still up, went up, came down, went up, came down here, up, down, and until now you haven't really lost any structure. Now I'm gonna give you the bear market situation for Cardano here. This is for me the bear market because we have very strong level on the weekly right there. Do you see that? Very strong level, because you almost have few influences, an influence right here, an influence almost there, an influence here, nearly there. So it does make sense that when you start losing those levels, it's gonna be really bad. At the moment, we have closed below the 55 weekly EMA, which for me is not really good. Closing below the 55 is actually quite risky. But the thing is, never say never. This is looking to go back and tackle and stay above the 55 EMA. Finger crossed, we have to wait for the retest. But if you start getting rejected and you start losing the 1.18, you're gonna go all the way to the 0.9. You start losing this one, you're really gonna go for the bear market. Then that's it. Then the bear market is gonna be for Cardano as well, and that would be very scary for a lot of investors. I understand. Now, if I switch back into the daily time frame as well here, and it's when you're in a downtrend like this, normally we're looking for sideways movement before we break the trend. So in order for us to break the trend, sorry, I'm going to show you some level of resistance that Cardano is going to face right now. So first of all, you're going to have this form of resistance right there. So do expect, if Cardano was to pull back up, it's going to find resistance at this line, maybe back to the 1.8. Go to the 1.8, find resistance there, and then continue like this until you don't finally go and break towards the upside. So who knows, there could be a possibility and a scenario that you just do something like this, and then the triangles keep squeezing until you don't pop up and continue towards the upside. A lot of scenarios, a lot of anything can happen in the future, but at the moment it seems like it's trying to bottom out. We've already almost met the target out of that ascending, symmetrical triangle sort of. And now we do have a big resistance. We have another resistance as well right over there. So if I pull this one right here, I'm gonna click this one and extend this one as well. So you do have two big sort of resistances right there. So one resistance is to go back and touch the trend line. You pass this one, you're gonna have this trend line as resistance, and then you continue. So it has a lot of pressure above it. The EMAs are already being lost, so it is screaming a little bit to go back to the EMAs. You can see the 55 EMAs nearly touching this trend line right there. Now diving into the 4-hour time frame as well, let's see what can happen with Cardano in the coming few days. What I can say is, as the candles move up and down, they actually make some patterns. And one of the patterns I see is a bullish one. And these symbols that there could be a reversal coming in the near future. You have your left shoulder, your the head here, and then potentially you're making your right shoulder, which is an inverse head and shoulders. And from here, guys, you're gonna have the neckline as well. So you can actually do something like you went down, make the left shoulder, make the head, went up, came down like this. So in order for us to even confirm this, I'm gonna go to the patterns there, and I'm going to connect with, where's the head and shoulders, guys? Well, I don't see the head and shoulders. I used to have the head and shoulders right there. Yeah, here we are. Okay, so I'm gonna take left shoulder. I'm gonna draw this like that. This is your head, just like this. This is your right shoulder, just like that. So I'm gonna leave this one, and whenever you're gonna have to break out of it, I'm gonna take the top to the bottom right there, and wherever you're breaking out, this is gonna take you back to the $1.6. Do you understand that? So my price target at the moment for Cardano is to go to the 1.634, and if I can actually confirm through the fibs as well, from taking this recent swing high right there to the lowest point right here, can we have any point of intersection? Yes, we have a point of intersection, and that is going to take you to the 1.6. Do you see that? It is on the fib level, it's the 0.786. Now if you do cross that one, I do expect you're going to have a small retracement towards maybe the 1.4 to retest this head and shoulders. And when you're gonna go a little bit down, or maybe hold the 0.618, if you hold the 1.5, put a tick there, you're gonna have to go to the 2.238 in the coming few days. But let me give you one idea, guys, that I don't see Cardano making any big movements for December or January, but until March, I do believe it can reach to $4 by March. Maybe, I could be wrong, but I can just give you a price estimates. You guys can watch today's Bitcoin update because it's so important, and why I think Bitcoin can go to 80,000 by March. And if Bitcoin does go back to the 80,000 region, I do think Cardano is going to be back to $4 as well. So let's see what happens. At the moment, you can follow the inverse head and shoulders, and we're looking for the 1.6. If that plays out, there could be a possibility of a fake out. You just touch the line there and then just continue dumping, because technically we are still in a downtrend. But at the moment, I don't think there's any sell-off pressure, there's any bearish pressure regarding Cardano, and it's good. It's going to start build its momentum just very slowly, a little bit on the sideways, and then continue. So yeah, that's it for Cardano. Hope you enjoyed this one. Like the video kindly if you enjoyed this one, and if you're not in the Discord, we're giving the signals here. Our Dodge signals is actually doing quite good. We did have a small pullback, but it's good nonetheless, and the link is in the description of the video. And till then, I'm gonna see you with the next one. Allah Hafiz.